The two young brothers on Two Brothers Same Mother podcast are not professionals. Their thoughts, ideas, and theories expressed on this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
We jumping into Mother's Day.
You leading off, right?
Yeah, don't forget to put me on the what's call it.
On the what?
You can stop recording real quick. I gotta have to cock my head like this. If I cock my neck, I can see everything. If I can do like this, I'm Stevie.
All right, cool. We ready, man. We got you going.
This is an episode of Two Brothers
Same Mother
podcast. And right now, we just want to start this one off with the shout out. It's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. And let me stop trying to be cool. Let me get serious because it's about the mothers. Will, our mother, but our wives who are mothers that have our children, like, what shout out you want to give, man? What you want to put out
there? Man, I guess you've already hit all the main points. When it comes to moms, just everything from growing up to now, constantly, giving us feedback, whether it's what we want to hear or what we don't want to hear, but what we need to hear. She's good for that. And man, she comes through quite often living here with her. Man, she really does a great job of connecting and helping out with the kids a lot, man. Between much work as me and Renika have to do, we have to call on her a lot. So man, just not only being a mom to us, but being a good grandma to the grandkids, man. And then, to wifey, my son, just interacting with him day to day, all she does for him. And I mean, man, just because people have kids don't mean they're good parents, man. I mean, just being 100, and she pours into that cat, man, on many levels, not just, giving him stuff or, bigging him up when he does the right thing, being able to be there when he does make mistakes, helping him get on the right path and, encouraging him, when things aren't going well. And I mean, just helping him shoot for goals that based on things he may not see in himself, but that she knows is in him because she, he's a part of her. So then, same thing with Deja, man, that's not her biological daughter, but she does help a lot when it comes to, giving impact on raising her and talking to her about softball. It's easy to just shut the door when it ain't your kid, you don't have to be a part of their life, so to speak, you know what I mean? But she does take the time to jump in and be a part of, Deja's life as well. So what about you, man? I know you got some mothers in your life, man. What do you want to say about the mothers in your life, man?
Well, of course, moms, that's without question, 10 toes down. I was the oldest out of her kids, so, it's kind of like, you grow up with moms, you get to see her get it right and change maybe something she had, because when she was being raised, it was a whole different time,
Yeah.
Jim Crow still going on, segregation, all those things that can just kind of make you bitter and back then they had to work a lot earlier than we did. We go work at a little Pizza Hut or whatever. They working for the family. So, I just, always big up moms on just always having that mindset of never quitting, finishing. The thing they used to say, if you do it, make sure you can write your name to it. you know. And then my wife with these boys, even with her stepdaughter, same thing, bro. Like pour out a whole lot. A lot of times we'll get a whole lot back, and it's not because kids are selfish. They just don't understand. We did the same thing. Like picking up our room was one thing that we could reward where mom didn't have to come in and worry about, making sure things were tight. Even when we messed up stuff, we still try to fix it. Even though, I ended up getting beat for it. It was all good. But, it was just one of the things where, you kind of want the woman you marry to match the mother that you came from. And when you have somebody that goes out of their way to make sure everybody's good, that's a great woman. We had great grandmothers, that stuck by. And then, like, our grand aunt, Auntie Betty, just had a birthday this week, man. And she is, if you want to be shot straight in life, talk to her. Don't walk around the room just be in her presence. I sit down and talk to her, and she'll call something out and say something, but she'll tell me, but baby, that's what living is. You're gonna gain some things, you're not gonna understand some things, but she always tell me, but if you believe in God, he'll reveal everything. So I've always been like, you know what? Let me get away. First, I get emotional, and second, I'm like, man, I got 10 years of life in 10 minutes of talking. And that's so important because, with everybody on them phones nowadays, those type of people, they can just give you something, man, and it's like food for the soul. So you get caught in that, but we had pistols, man. You know, we had one grandmother that was very reserved, let you do anything in her house, man. It'd be 12 cousins in the front room, man. You building tents and pallets and everything all over the place.
Yeah.
Then you had one grandmother that walked around with a pistol in her purse. Straight up. And it's like, hey babe, go in there and grab such in her purse. She know I ain't supposed to be in her purse. But she told me to go in her purse. When I see what I saw in her purse, I was like, okay. The granny got that whistle. And it's not to alert the authorities, it's to send the EMTs because somebody's getting popped. Somebody's catching one, and it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I just, Mother's Day is always special. It comes by. We get stuff, but I our words are way more precious than our gifts. So when you keep telling those individuals, how much you appreciate them. Thanksgiving for us is big. You know that.
Yeah.
I make sure like Aunt Tanya, Aunt Betty, Aunt Tarsis, everybody that I interact with that's my aunt, even our crazy uncles. Like, to be honest, dude, we got some of the most solid uncles in the world, bro. From the youngest to the oldest. They'll do anything for us. They'll talk to us. They'll call us. You call them. They'll always pick up. And that's the beauty of it, man. But it all starts from a woman. Remember that. On this Mother's Day, remember, it all starts from a woman. I don't care what type of relationship you guys have, but you need to understand, you would not be here if it wasn't for that woman. So we salute all the mothers today. I'm going to say a couple of names and people going to get mad, but Miss Diane Baker, salute you. Great woman. Good friend of ours, family, go over their house, hang out, but it's just those type of people that keep you on the path that you're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Instead of not treating them the way they're supposed to be treated and those things, man. But yeah, let's just say salute to the moms, man. We're not finna get all, misty eyed tonight and talking. You remember that when you get beat so bad you can't talk. And they're like, we can't understand what you're saying, boy, talk. That's the way I feel right now. So
Yeah.
salute to the mothers, man. Salute to the lineage that keeps us alive, man. And thank you to everybody, Mama Georgie's, Grandmother Jane's, Grandmother Hicks, man, everybody that has something to do with who we are today and what we'll be and what our kids be in the future.
Yeah. And I want to shout out our sister D, man.
Oh,
Yeah, can't do Mother's Day without D, man. And she's got the tall task, if any mother knows, having all boys. But I'll be 100. That's the toughest female I think I know in my life. So, God knew what he was doing giving her boys, man, because she don't play, man. But yeah, man, she ain't perfect, man, but she's a great mom, man. She really is, man. So we don't want to forget you, D. We love you. And hey, we see what you do with them boys, man. You got some good guys, man. So but yeah, to the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. We couldn't possibly give you enough flowers to even measure up to all that you do for your kids, for your families. So on behalf of us at Two Brothers Same Mothers podcast, we want to say happy Mother's Day.
Yep, definitely, man. And she didn't call me back last week. I'm still mad at her, but not mad like mad, but we'll let that ride. But let's get into what's out there, and we're gonna say what's out there, but we're gonna take it from Will, that Will over there, the real Will. So we can find out what's going on. We can talk about, elaborate, try to fix. I'm gonna make that a word, figure fix. We figure it out and we try to fix it. Or we figure it out and then we just say leave it because it don't need to be touched anymore. But Will, what's out there, man?
Man, this week, man, it's been a crazy week, man. Just because the other day, man, I kind of wanted to flip topics a little bit, man, and go with the Dave Chappelle. I wanted to get your take on what happened on the Netflix taping, man, and from your point of view, if someone rushes the stage with a weapon, is it excessive to beat someone up on stage while the show continues to go on? What's your thoughts on that, man?
First of all, I'm a fragile individual. I love Jesus. I love me some Jesus. But try him, not me. That's all I gotta say. Like, don't run up on stage and try to do something to me that you have to sneak and do. This man waited till that security guard turned, so he didn't have the preview of that individual. He hopped on the stage. Now, normally those stages hit you about right here. So he pushed himself up, got enough, force to go towards Dave and hit him. Here's the problem with that. You're in one of the biggest venues in LA, Hollywood Bowl. You're in one of the biggest venues. But the way it's set up, it's so many angles to get to a person. Okay, one, I'd be mad at that guy that turned his back because you're trying to get a number. You're trying to be cute. Then the fact that all your security got on church shoes. You are sliding all over the place. Man, you look like somebody threw Dawn soap in a garage and you try to catch somebody. Y'all need to have on, that's the reason why they make black Air Force Ones. So you all can be uniformed and still have grip on your feet. So Dave, me, my brother, I got some cousins. We can be your bodyguard, man, for the next 2 years. We'll wear black Air Force Ones and we'll keep you safe. Trust me. I ain't got a whole lot of fight in me, but I know I got one punch. Hey, one punch. He wouldn't have had a chicken wing If I'd have hit him, he wouldn't have had a chicken wing. He wouldn't have been sitting on there looking like a two-piece from Popeyes. He'd been all right. He'd been woozy. Will could have ran him down. He wouldn't have went all the way around that. He wouldn't have ran in the back and did 3 loops in the dark. Will would have caught him. I'd have knocked him out. Instead of him being over there on that wall where everybody was clearly punching the dude, we just had him out the door. Come on, get him. We're getting out the door. But hey, man, what do you think? Because that was kind of it's happened all the time in the history of comedy where people have tried to come up. I remember DC Young Fly had a guy last year tried to do the same thing.
True.
He two-pieced him. And yeah, that dude did not continue. He was like, oh, I'm done. I thought this was funny, but yeah, no. Everybody's laughing at me. So what do you think, Will? What do you think about rushing that stage, Dave being like one of the top 5 greatest comedians of all time? Like, what do you think?
Man, I think a lot of what we do today comes from the idea that we are the celebrities of our own stories. When you look at social media, you look at all those things, right? We're pitching it as if our life is a movie, right? And we're the star. So it's like now, any opportunity we have to infringe on someone who's actually famous, hey, this is a good time to take advantage. We've seen this with the playoffs this year, right? Like those protesters could have easily been outside the arena, right? They could have easily been in Milwaukee. There's 2,000 people out there. Why can't you have 2,000 people with signs? That's a much bigger story than just running out on the court super gluing yourself, right? Same thing here, right? This guy's like, man, I'm finna add this chapter to the movie that's my life. But what he didn't know was he jumped into a 1998 Busta Rhymes video, and all you heard was the do. If you really want to party with me, and it turned into a stomp session with Kirk Franklin, and he couldn't get out. He couldn't get out, man. You know?
Oh my God.
What Dave Chappelle used to say, when keeping it real goes wrong, it went wrong that night, man. You ran up to the wrong person at the wrong time, man.
He caught one of them. He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it. Because he probably thought he could get on stage, try to tackle Dave, which today, I was listening to Kevin Hart, Earthquake said it was like him trying to tackle Adrian Peterson because he didn't go down. He had to keep on falling to try to knock Dave down. So he was like, you know, it's like the kid that finally get the tackle, but the kid he's tackling, he done did his best work all day. He's like, man, I'm tired, man. Let me look on, let you look like you good. So maybe you can get on special teams this week. But man, it's unfortunate that people don't enjoy entertainment for entertainment. Now it's more so, like you said, it's got to be, this is my moment. I've got to be in lights. But I mean, only lights you saw was them red ones on top of the ambulance, them bad fluorescent ones that's inside that hospital. And then when you got out and saw the sunshine and realized, man, I should be dead. I shouldn't even be here. Chicken wing at all. I should be dead. So it's just one of those moments where it's like, just calm down, people.
Yeah.
Like, celebrate and embrace what's going on. And sometimes you're a part of greatness just being there, but as far as you taking upon yourself to try to get on stage and have this moment, are you gonna have a moment? It's a lot of sleep. That's the type of moment you're gonna have.
Yeah.
And that's what he needed. Because remember that movie, it wasn't the Elephant Man, it was the one with the mask. Was the mask? When the boy had the deformed, why you gonna look like that? Everybody gonna know it was you that got on stage. They're not gonna know him after the swelling go down in the chicken wing. They're gonna know you for the next few days because they don't go down right away.
Yeah, yeah.
Them hematomas stay there for a while. It's like calcium deposits in your face. It's not going nowhere. You got those. Those are you. wearing with pride. So I it's unfortunate, man, but it was still like one of those moments was like when I saw him at the stage, I was like, oh, they finna whoop him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they finna whoop him. They ain't finna whoop him. He's finna get wazak. They finna just come from everywhere. And then the fact they had on them church shoes and was sliding, that made it worse. So that but whooping they got in that he got in that corner, it wasn't because of what he did, it was because they looked bad doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. You know how we are. We do that. You know, you make me look bad. Oh man. I'm gonna give you 30 more elbows, bro. You catch 30 of these. Look like Robbie on the mask.
Oh man. So you seen anything out there, man? Any stories pop out to you this week?
This week was it was kind of quiet. I didn't see anything that just, kind of like, oh man, like Dave's was big. The Dave Chappelle story was big. And I just, Ukraine, I don't know what's going on with Ukraine. I don't know what's going on with Brittany Griner, with them, with the hashish oil, which you already know you can't have over there like that, because it's crazy how a communist country is all about money and keeping poor people down. You can't sell a little weed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't do that. You can't do that here, but you do everything else. I don't get that. America same way. They'll say we want go and do this golf tournament with what's the name? Is it Greg Nicholas over in Saudi Arabia? Because it's inhuman acts to happen. Brother, we still got racism here. We still got where you can't get a loan because you're black. But you're going to jump on the side of somebody who, we got a bunch of Hispanics doing a lot of work. If ICE show up, ain't no work tomorrow. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got accusations. Let's just have proof on things, And that's my biggest thing with just the way we do business, the way business is done. Like, let's really even the playing field. Let's just do that. There's gonna be some black people to make it. There's gonna be some brown people to make it. But at the end of the day, let's just make the playing field even. Let me go get along without having to say it in a particular way for you to give me along. How about that? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing super big, nothing like, what I gotta do is show me what you can do.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Brittany Griner, man. I think that's probably one of the best kept story secrets. I mean, for one of the prolific female sports figures in America to go through what she's gone through, and you hear minimal coverage on it at best. I think I maybe seen it twice being covered. I think maybe one time it was maybe it was on the ticker on ESPN.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
they do that often.
I think CNN ran a 50-second blast about it maybe one day when they just didn't have a lot to put in the sports cycle, and I didn't see it again. Like, I never even seen a follow-up, man. So it amazes me that, not only that it's just kind of flown under the radar, but just the fact that if she was LeBron, how different this story would be, how big it would be if it was LeBron going through what she was going through, over in another country.
They would have gave him coordinates to be at somebody's border so he could get out of there. You know what I'm saying? He'd have some Russian cat that, kind of like my little story. I'll tell y'all that, future podcasts come about, the Russian guy that saved me when I was locked up in the town in a foreign country. And that dude spoke 7 languages. But they would find somebody like him to get LeBron out. But, Brittany Griner, woman, one of color, doesn't generate a whole lot of dollars for the U.S. So they can just appear to be supportive, but not really support. Because now all of a sudden, the lawyer that just helped the Marine get out of Russia, that they've been doing it for the last 2 years, that person decided to take her case. I'm going to help you out, Brittany. So we do this months after the fact she's been. Oh, let me stop there. This is not that type of show. I will not get political with you people, man. I love you guys. I want you to come back, and I want you to do another thing. I want you to like and subscribe to this podcast, and you know, when we start to gain some traction and we got prizes and stuff, we'll start picking people that have been commenting since day one and just send you a little something, a little love offer, a little something. You know, you always got to incentivize people in 2022. But guess what? We're gonna love you regardless, because guess what? You ain't gonna hurt our feelings. No, you won't. No, you won't.
Oh man. Well, with the Brittany conversation, I think that's a good way to segue the sports on sports. Man, I know you watched a little bit of the playoffs tonight. You were watching, I think when we were talking earlier, man, you actually mentioned the 76ers, which is my squad that I like to follow. And we made that trade to get James since Ben Simmons was basically a no-show. Might as well be Ben Harden. Because
it is Ben Harden.
Because we're not getting anything from either one of them. But so what I was thinking was actually coming from a conversation we had earlier in the week when we were talking about athletes hitting their peak. Or in some cases, we're looking at some going on the decline when we talk about James Harden. Is he in decline? Has he reached his peak? Has his best days passed? And I want you to give me your athlete that when you saw them reach their peak or start to decline, it surprised you. There was that person that you thought, man, I'm never going to see this person go down in my lifetime. And when they started to tank that dive, you were like, I'm losing my guy. Who was your person, man?
No. Mine would have to be Baker Mayfield. And the only reason why I'm saying that because I watch a lot of ESPN in the morning, KJ and Max. And the thing with Baker is, I've never been a millionaire, so I don't know how it goes. But I know for me, like playing football, playing basketball, even as an adult, I wasn't going there just to play and have fun. I was going to make everybody look bad. So if there was one thing that I couldn't do particularly well, when I know them cats was not in the gym playing pickup, I'd be in there practicing that very thing. You know, okay, I want a good 3-pointer. I go in the gym, you know, me and my wife were going there, especially when it was in like California, and we just put up shots. She played ball too, so we just put up shots. But I think that's Baker Mayfield's downfall, because if you go to a team and you got a bad offensive line, there's two things I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on agility, and I'm going to be working on how to push out as a sprint to gain leverage. He never did that. You know, he came in here, this big old bag, you know, and I understand what it is, because I heard another conversation this week about people that are hungry versus people that are kind of fall in the right position, you know, and I forgot PhD is poor, hungry, and desperate. So when you're poor, hungry, and desperate, you're going to work on your craft so you can stay there. But when you are afforded some amenities in life, you don't work as hard. And when you have success because you have a great team around you, you don't get any better. And I think that's what hurt him. And his peak is everybody knows what you're going to do, but it's adding something. Kobe Bryant, perfect example. Kobe always said, every year I added something. I remember when he went to Keem Olajuwon. And for a couple of weeks, he was down there doing a dream shake, doing all this stuff to make his game transcend beyond just being a normal two guard that comes down and shoot and drives. So Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, is a guy that he peaked, and he peaked not because he can't get better because he's still young. He's peaked because this right here is telling him he's fine the way he is. So mentally, he has peaked. He can't shake the fact that he needs to get better. And therefore, after this year, he'll be a CFL, XFL, hell, whatever league. He'll be in one of them. He won't be in the NFL. He won't be in the NFL. Trust me. Who do you think, man? Who you got on your radar?
Well, man, my guy, I'm gonna jump in the way back and go back to my favorite. I'm gonna say my favorite athlete ever, and that was AI. When he reached his peak, man, it was practice. When he did the practice rant, that's when he had reached his fullest potential, and he was what he was, and it was the beginning of the end for my guy, man. He had a couple of good years in Denver, a couple of good years with Melo, which, you know, man, without going down a rabbit hole on YouTube, I'd actually forgot how good he was during that time. But after that, man, when he ended up going to Memphis, I remember when he went to Memphis, I was so excited.
Because you was about to go watch the play. I get to watch my dude.
I was like, I'm going to get to see this cat play. I remember I sent an email to the staff at the school and told them I got a job in Memphis. I'd be moving. I said, I'm going to be the community outreach director for the Grizz. And some of them people actually emailed me back and said, well, congratulations, brother. Good luck. We wish you the best. And I had to send out the retraction saying, hey, I'm just joking. Y'all don't really keep up with sports, you know. But, man, that year, man, he ended up losing the job to Mike Conley. I couldn't believe they would start a rookie over him. But, man, crazy thing was, man, I didn't realize how many guards was on that squad, man. Not only was Mike Conley there, your boy who was real good in Toronto, that plays for Miami now.
Kyle Lowry.
He was there too, man. So I mean, they were point guard heavy.
You loaded, man.
And man, then you know the whole Detroit fiasco, and you know when he went to Detroit, thought he was still gonna be an all-star. They didn't welcome him in. His style didn't fit what they were doing, and it just exposed him, man. He was never the same. He was never the same, man. So that would have to be mine once I seen that peak. He never recovered though. He never recovered, man. That was it. It's the beginning and the end all at the same time, man. All at the same time.
Yeah, but the great ones, you never see them peak until they say it's over, you know.
Yeah.
Because when they're really good, it's like that summer, they realize the pressure, and then they go get something else to put in their bag. You know, that's life. A lot of people don't want to put nothing in their bag. They want to be who they are. I tell you something too. You ever notice people? So, you know, people can be certain things when they're younger, right? Oh, he talked too much. He do this, whatever. But you ever notice how people, as they grow, instead of getting rid of that thing, they keep it and they morph it into a grown-up, adult-looking thing. So now it's like, oh, that's just them. No, they never let go of what they had. They just made it look like it was grown, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you get exposed. That's how you peak. When you try to change up something that you're deficient in and try to make it look like it's not what it is, but it is, but you just try to make it more mature. And now you're sitting up there looking like, well, you know how I am. No, that's not who you are. You chose to be that when people were telling you you sucked, you didn't want to change, and now you had to, you know, kind of shape shifted to fit your life. So now you don't look as much as a butthole. Now you look like, oh, you're just tough. No, you're still a butthole. You're still a butthole. But you just make it like a dope version butthole. Yeah. You know, you're not yelling and screaming at people. Now it's like you say, surly remarks and things that kind of make it sound like, did you really say that? You know what I'm saying? When somebody turn their head and ask you, did you really say something? You know what you mean, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop.
Oh man.
Stop it. Just flush that and come back. That's all we need you to do.
Oh
That's all
man.
we need you to do.
Oh man. Well, speaking of buttholes, I guess that's a good way to segue to the ride home, since that's technically the end of the show, right? What you got going on next week?
Oh, I had to hit another one. Said, but I was like, oh my God, I got poop today. Oh, I need to stop eating all these green veggies. I said veggies.
Yes, I heard you this time. I heard you.
Okay, veggies.
So what you got going on, man, this week, man? What you looking forward to in the week coming up, brother?
All right, well, I'm finally healing. Quick story. So I gotta hit myself with this one. Oh my God. So I was in the bathroom and my legs was all messed up and everything. I said it episode 2. But your big nephew, Baby Hulk, when he dries his face off, brushes his teeth and doing he rinse and everything in the morning, he doesn't just pat the towel on his face. He has to grab the towel and put it to his face. I said, man, you like a serial killer. Don't do that. Just reach your hand back and pat it on your face. So he has worked the towel bar off the wall to the point where my Crocs are sitting under one of those and it has all the debris on top of them. He told me the other day, Daddy, you need to clean your shoes. I said, Andrew, that's from you because you've been snatching on the thing, taking all the stuff behind that and shaking that thing. So I started laying the towel on. We bought a long bamboo table. So you put the towel on there. Man, I went to go grab it. Yeah, I went to go grab it. And when I reached too far, instead of reaching up, stepping out, shimmying, I was like, oh, it's not that much farther than the towel rack. My left foot did this wobble and slam on the side, my knee buckled. I was like, oh, I'm dead. I was like, oh, I'm crippled. I'm wheelchair bound. I almost became the official sick and shut in, when you have to read church notes. That's who I almost became. And it went from normal knee to great pumpkin knee all over again, man. I'm just sitting there like, dude, I can't take much more of this, Lord. I'm sorry. This is what I just felt like I was entering the pearly gates at this point. I was like, God, I did all I could do. I love you, Lord. That's what I felt like when I hit that. But, everything has went down. It feels better. I twisted my ankle a little bit. And the crazy thing is I never twisted my ankle playing any sports, So that was crazy. And then you always get mad, but you only get mad when something happens. You don't get mad. Me and my wife been married forever. It's going on 17 years. 17 years? Yeah, I'm trying to think. 4 kids, married forever, almost 3 decades. Yeah, I can't remember. But we've never had a mat in our tubs. None of our tubs. We've lived in 4 different states. Never had that. And that was the first day I ever thought about, why don't we have a mat in here from slipping? And the first thing I said to myself was, before you say something stupid and you get corrected, you tried to lean out of a wet bathtub and you ain't built like you used to be built. You're top heavy now. So when you reached out, your legs was not able to sustain your upper fat. And I almost killed myself because I thought I could do it and I couldn't do it. And now I got to pay for it. So that's it. Tubs, wet feet, bad body positioning, injuries. But other than that, man, this week, y'all got taken care of, man. It's beautiful out there, bro. I put some weed killer out there in the beds to kill all the grass. The little, because spring going, man, it just grass start growing everywhere. Going to get that backyard taken care of. Kids are straight. My oldest son had his girlfriend over this week, and very sweet little young lady, man, great. And I got the hair. She got a big old, I said, yeah, this 2 years ago. She was like, my daddy bald. I almost said, sucks to be your daddy. Because I got it. I'm a rocket. People be like, and I need to put this out there because I always think this, but 2 years and a few months from 50, and I still got hair, and I'm going, I'm a rocket. But everybody always like when you get your hair cut, that's when they say something. But when you grow it out, you get a cut and everything, they ain't got nothing to say. I said, I'm not supposed to be walking around here with a civil rights haircut. There's a gentleman that's playing on the show right now. You see my face, you see his face, you would swear he was 10 years older than me. We're the same age. So guess what, people? Be youthful, be young. If women can run around with weaves on top of their heads when they have no hair, trying to look young, why can't I have hair? Why can't I look like a stallion? Why can't I walk out this thing just graceful? Why can't I walk out of here with a combed in part on the side looking like somebody about to preach on the corner? Jesus is coming. Part, little bit of hair, beat it up. No, I'm not gonna look like that. But I have this whole ponytail. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna catch nephew. KJ, I'm catching him. I'm gonna have it down my shoulders. And then I want people, if he just cut his hair, then ain't gonna stop my anointing. If I'm bald headed, I got a head full of hair. It ain't stopping my anointing. You need to get over it, civil rights people. Want a man to have this little bitty piece on the top, and then if it start to recede, just go bald with a little goatee. No, I'm not doing what you want to see. I'm doing what I like. I don't know why I got in that rant. Anyway, gonna cook for baby on Sunday. We're gonna do movies and stuff this weekend. Go see movies and kind of let her relax. She had a little rough week. Man, she be too busy, man, just trying to get stuff done. So we're gonna do movies this week. We're gonna do, of course, dinner. Mother's Day dinner. I always gotta have that. And boys, Jay's doing good. We had a couple of heart-to-hearts this week, just on being positive and rotating that wheel of you are successful, you're awesome, keep growing. And we talked on the phone about something that happened at work, and she gave the same perspective that I gave. I can't get mad at somebody else. I can only control myself. But at the end of the conversation, I'm going to try to help you feel better about where you are right now. That's all we got to do. And that's what we did. So somebody that was disgruntled, because we don't know what happened, even though we know you're supposed to leave your personal life at the door when you come to work, I said, babe, make sure you do this. Make sure you don't allow them to get you upset, and you be a servant and help them work through something. Because this thing that they're working with right now at the job is probably something that's going to work through what they're dealing with outside this job. I said, always be mindful of that. So we had that conversation, man, and she's like, yeah, that I know, I got it. But I know she does, because people talk to her and then people try to come back. Because, that 26-year-old crew, 27-year-old, they want somebody to hear them, and then they will turn around and attack you. I don't know why, but hey, that's just human nature. That's just how the world works, and every generation has to deal with that period of people suck. Straight up, people suck. But at the end of the day, you got to realize you're not going to make me suck. You're not going to make me get all twisted up in what you're thinking of what you own. I'm me, and that's you. I'm going to give you love. You can give me the crap you give me. I'm going to give you love. And when I walk away from this situation, I'm not gonna be bitter. I'm not gonna have a hardened heart. I'm just gonna let you be who you are. But guess what? I'm walking away so I can continue to have my joy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's life, man. What about you this week, man?
Well, man, tomorrow I'm gonna do a little running. I'll run a
Ain't no
couple,
little running, bro. Like little running is, yeah. Anyway, my bad.
run a couple of races in the morning. Jay just got done with speech competition, man. He's gonna go back to state, so he gets to go to Lexington and tell his speech about Netflix. So I'm proud of him for doing that. Man, my daughter had a moment today, man, that I don't know, man. It kind of made me proud as a parent, man. She had a situation in school that didn't quite go the way she expected it to go with one of her AP exams. And instead of her just, saying, I ain't gonna worry about it, she emailed the person back, CC me on the email too, but was like, hey, this is the situation. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I need to do. So how can I get from where I am right now to where I need to be? And she did that on her own without any guidance from anybody. And with her, being a year from college, that's what, as a parent, you want to see. It's not, she ain't come in and say, Daddy, I need you to go down to the school and talk to, nope. It was like, here, I got it, but I want you to know what's going on. So I'm gonna put you in on the email as well, in case, I need you, but I'm just letting you know I'm handling it and I got it. And man, as a parent, man, it just made me proud, man. Just made me proud.
Yeah. Yeah, you had one of the moments where you got the email and it was like, this mine?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
I know, hey man, but I think that's carryover from last episode because I was talking about Andrew being 7 and praying for people. It's seasons where I'm sorry, everybody. That's I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. But what I'm gonna tell you is there's a season when your children start speaking life into you, and you also start seeing the lives that they're about to lead. And it's nothing more rewarding as a parent, because I was talking to one of our cousins today, CJ Pepper. Everybody loves CJ. And I told him about Andrew praying for me. And he's like, I told him, I said, man, if I don't do anything else as a father, I've got my son, his little cousin, understand who the father is and the power.
Yeah.
Just like your daughter is sitting there having to deal with a decision or make something happen and not asking for you to make it happen for her, but letting you see that, hey, Dad, I got this. That's the biggest thing you need in life, man, is when your kids start growing up and stepping up, man, there's no feeling like it, bro.
Yeah.
None on this planet,
Yeah. Yeah. And then, outside of that, man, the day-to-day, teacher appreciation week just passed. So it was a big week for wifey, man. She was running around here trying to get everything for the teachers, and a lot of local businesses came through to just show their support and appreciation for all that the educators do, man. But it was a big week for her, and they'll go into testing next week. So for her, that's
ain't gonna be in test, ain't be in lockdown.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Did you do your job? For them, which is so unfair, because you think about all the fires you put out on a daily basis as a boss, all the personnel decisions you have to make, all the personnel issues you deal with, kid issues, parent issues, and everything you've done in a year hinges on if they score a certain percentage on the test, man. So it'll be a stressful week for them, man.
It's crazy. I don't know if I was gonna sneeze or what, man. Man, listen, I was sitting in the car ride line today and I let the windows down and I was just watching all the green stuff flying, and I was like, that's why I look the way I do now. I was like, it's not gonna be good for the next 2 weeks. Thunderstorms rolling in, things get wet, things dry up, things, float in the air, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm not gonna have a good week. No.
Yeah.
No. But hey, that's our show. Y'all tune in next time to Two Brothers.
Same mother.
Hey, we appreciate everybody. Happy Mother's Day again. And I got one shout out, my boy Josh, my barber, man. Just got his master's degree, man. You know, long overdue. We like to celebrate people that just handle their business, man. And he's an educator, just like Will is. And also, he's my barber, and he's been cutting Drew's hair since he was like 2 years old. So shout out to him, man. We just want to make sure that we recognize folks. So Josh Beauty Spa, right here in Metro Atlanta, man. Love you, boy. He's out in Delaware, Maine, somewhere. Walking across that stage tomorrow, man. Getting that piece of paper that is so important in a lot of people's lives, but he still has time to do something with it.
Yeah.
And we love that. But y'all be good. Y'all stay blessed. We'll see y'all next week, and we'll be on a weekly schedule. Trust me. It won't be these bootleg, hey, I got some new moonshine for you. Here you go. This is pina colada. Here you go. This is apple rouge. You want some apple rouge? We got apple rouge. It won't be that. It'll be every Monday we'll drop one of these, and this one right here will drop the day after Mother's Day. So we can just pay homage to all those great women in our lives, the mothers, and even those that don't have the kids but have taken on a responsibility of kids, because that is very important too. Can't leave those out. Y'all take care. Be blessed. 100.